there on Orange Street. Please call detectives. Really important to get that.
Okay, so obviously that headline for a lot of folks. The headline for the majority of folks is going to be once again the weather. We're going to talk about that as we kind of step through, but it really is impacting the drive for a lot of folks as well.
Yeah, if you were watching 9 News this morning on the mothership, you probably heard Johnny A say all morning, really from 4:30 till now to the last cut-in here on CBS. On WAFB, is that an 18-wheeler that jackknifed over there in the Lafayette area is really causing some problems for us in the Baton Rouge area. In fact, Johnny A is actually with us here in the First Alert Center on 9 News Now to talk about these issues that have lingered from this morning in through, this mid-morning now? Hey, Johnny.
What's up, buddy? Let me go ahead and get you a shot where actually the good folks can see you, pal.
I don't know if they want to see me. I'm taking my makeup. By the way, ladies, I don't know how you do that because I hate makeup. It was novel the first couple of weeks, and now I get out at makeup at 8:59. Let me start with the Lafayette situation. In Lafayette this morning, right over the other side of the basin on I-10 westbound at Henderson, where we've had 2 other accidents 2 days before this, a jackknifed 18-wheeler. Weather-related, we're very definitely certain about that, so there's not much they could have done to avoid that, but they had to close I-10 westbound at LA 415 in Port Allen to help facilitate the issue over there in the Henderson area with Troop I. Right now, LA 415 is all open now here in the Baton Rouge area. We had the police officers and MAP vehicles blocking that right there. All of that's open now. You don't have to take 190 anymore. You can go over to I-10, and when you get to Lafayette, it's going to slow down a little when you get across the basin, and tight road work, the narrow lanes there, so please be aware of that. Coming into Baton Rouge, we had a little issue on the Mississippi River Bridge that seems to be gone now, so this backup hopefully will be pushing through there now. It was blocking the left lane, and now it looks like things are pushing through there right now, but to combat that or to further complicate that, you got some rain in and around the area now. The city's not quite as locked up as it was. We've got wrecks here and there around the city. We had Airline Highway all in red, I-10 all in red earlier in both directions. All of this is a live shot of what's happening right now. These colors change automatically as traffic conditions change, and right now the slowest traffic we have is coming in from Port Allen because of a little issue right before the bridge. But again, once you make it past that, we do have some streets that are still closed. If you come upon a street with barricades, we always tell you don't go around the barricade, turn around, don't drown. And if you do deem it's okay to go through because A, you're very familiar with it, and B, there's no barricades, slow down when you go through that water so you don't spray it up into people's homes or spray it up into people's businesses. And you can keep up with all of this and more on all of our apps, on all of our social platforms, and on WAFB.com/traffic. Good to be with you guys this morning.
Johnny, we appreciate you, especially because traffic has really been the top headline on top of our weather. And it's great that you and Jared were tag teaming together because one way was blocked off. Now it's the other direction.
I know. It's just crazy right now. Just stay with us on our platforms, though. We'll help you through it.
Thank you, brother.
My pleasure.
So, yeah, that is the headline maker. Traffic really does. Well, look, the weather can be perfect down here in South Louisiana, Baton Rouge, and the traffic gets sideways without a problem.
Add rain to the mix and it throws things real sideways.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
And so Jared has actually been with us all morning long, and it really is going to be the headline maker. And he was just on air a minute ago.
Really key point. Tornado warning still in effect till 9:30 for East Feliciana Parish and then the borderline from Louisiana and Mississippi. So if you know someone that lives there, if you are a resident there yourself, make sure you have that weather app with you because we're going to let you know when that's coming through and that area for concern that he and our whole team is watching right now.
Yeah, it looked like it was setting up just north of Clinton and then it gets across the state line, and that cone would be exactly at some point potentially, if it were to hold together, Centerville. But keep that app handy, as you said. And if Jared and the crew think it's necessary, like something really changes, obviously he's going to jump back on.
Yeah.
Obviously going to be jumping back on.
That's it.
So with all that, right, that's today. But it's not just today. It's been a week's worth of stuff in our part of the world. And there's still flooded streets. There's still cleanup going on. We actually have a list of road closures online right now.
Yeah, and again, as Matt said, it's not just here in Baton Rouge. It's all across South Louisiana, spanning from Lake Charles through Lafayette and, of course, into our region. So really important to know there are still some roads that are blocked. If you're wanting to stay on top of which roads, that's changing as the rain comes in now and throughout this afternoon. That's going to be the story to check so you know how to get in and around home, school, work, all the things.
Jared was actually asking us this morning as well about sandbags. He was asking about sandbags, right? And a lot of people are. And as of a couple days ago, East Baton Rouge and Ascension have set up some sandbag locations.
Yeah.
We have a running list, actually a story online as well, a running list of those sandbag locations. I think it's down a little bit more, right up and there. Where to get the sandbag locations in the greater Baton Rouge area. The areas that have been impacted, we're pretty quick with this. I mean, they get it going kind of fast because they know how to do it.
Right.
Because we've done it so often.
Right.
But we'll update that list as it changes.
Yes, and important to note, just be careful when you're out on the roads with this changing weather.
This is a conversation, something else that's going on right now in Ascension Parish, and it may actually trickle out. We'll see. A moratorium conversation on new construction, new subdivisions going up. There's a lot of folks who wanted this to happen for a long time, hitting the brakes a little bit, at least the pause button, and now it's happening in Ascension.
Ascension Parish President Clint Quint was talking about the moratorium coming up at a council meeting tonight. This came really after Monday storm into Tuesday. We saw that come out pretty rapidly. And again, tonight is just going to be the initial discussion about the conversation to stop that building, because we've seen this issue again with the 2016 flood. And now year after year, we've seen with a bad thunderstorm, a bad rainstorm, it's affecting the residents who've lived there their entire lives.
Right, and all of a sudden.
How would new developments affect them moving forward?
Exactly, and I know you have the conversations as well. We get emails from a lot of folks. We get stopped at a grocery store to ask about this, and a lot of people are concerned about all the pavement and the concrete just being laid down, and you'll have a planning or a zoning committee kind of ripping through it.
Right.
They'll talk with contractors saying they've done the study, the drainage system is going to work here. Okay, is that all actually happening?
Right.
That's why they're pumping the brakes in Ascension Parish. Is that going to happen in other places? This conversation may spill over, especially if these kinds of things need to, or especially if weeks like this continue to happen.
Right, and again, we are heading into a hurricane season. We're not even June 1st, so big conversations happening in Ascension starting tonight.
Speaking of conversations, we should be hearing from the governor a little bit later on today.
2:30 is when we expect to hear from him. So not only are we expecting to hear an update about statewide storm damage from Monday through now, we're also expecting to get an update about the state's COVID-19 response. So we are anticipating, because it's Thursday, some new numbers for what percentage of the population in our state is vaccinated. How we're doing in terms of COVID testing and in number of cases. So all these things that LDH has been tracking for more than a year now, we expect to get another update from.
It seems like, and I know, look, I get it too, and we all do, it's just the same conversations. Well, that's because we're just kind of stuck in the middle of it. We still are. We got a long way to go still with a lot of this. So the updates coming from the governor. We'll, of course, listen in and bring you the very latest on 9 News and update you in the moment as well through the 9 News app and all that. But 2:30 today, big conversation.
You can watch right here.
Right here. Okay, so all that, right? All of that. It's heady. It's so much. The ability to smile every once in a while. There are folks actually graduating today.
BRCC! Congratulations, Bears. Yeah, really big deal when you talk about getting your degree, right? Whether it is a 4-year degree, 2-year degree, you are getting your degree in something. You're training for technical skills to go out there and be a good human and do what you were meant to do in this world. Today is a big deal. We're celebrating a milestone. So BRCC is hosting their commencement ceremony in person.
In person, that's right.
At that. And they're hosting a number of other activities that go along with that ceremony.
The in-person is ticketed. You know, it's not like, hey, I just want to show up. That's all been taken care of. But the ability to have that in person and to walk the stage, and we were talking about this earlier as well, to do the, I mean, from your junior high to high school and getting into college, it's a long trek, right? But this last year has been really difficult for like everybody.
Yes.
And so being able to get to this point after this past year, let alone everything else they've been through, it really is incredible.
It's something to celebrate.
It is.
Yes. If you know a graduate, if you are a graduate, congratulations to you. Enjoy this moment today.
Absolutely.
And ride it out.
No kidding.
Ride it out.
Celebrate for a month.
Yes.
All
as you should for the
month.
last year. For all of them.
Exactly.
Yes.
After this last year, celebrate, party for a month. You have our
I love that.
Our
permission.
Our permission.
Yes.
I don't know if that matters much.
Well, it really doesn't.
Matter
but we're saying it. So if
but
somebody asks you, tell them.
Take it.
You were
use
given
it.
permission to celebrate. Yes.
World of sports. Few things going on.
Oh, few
things going on. From yesterday to today, Southern Jag baseball team advancing in the SWAC tournament. Big win yesterday, big game today.
Yeah, when it comes to kicking off the SWAC tournament with a win, we love to hear about that.
It's awesome. And now, they are if they win today, and they got to take on Prairie View A&M, the 1 seed on this side of the bracket, if they win today, really setting them up in the driver's seat, right? If you lose today, you get in a loser's bracket. It's a much more difficult challenge. But they will be playing today. I believe it's 6 o'clock first pitch for them.
I think that's what you had, yeah.
But man, yesterday's game, I mean, what a performance on the mound. So great
Continue that momentum.
I know, wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah.
So all about the Jags, but then we get to look forward to today as well, LSU baseball on the road at Texas A&M.
Yeah, big weekend before we kick off another big weekend next weekend. I know that's a lot of weekends.
It's a lot of weekends. It's a lot of weekends.
Yes, but they really have to do it today and then into this weekend before they can even make it and think about next week. Yeah,
that's the thing. I mean, obviously, when you talk about winning, they're trying to pump up that resume for the NCAA tournament. That'd be well down the road. They need to perform well this weekend, today, Friday, Saturday, and then they also need to, as the SEC tournament begins next week, they need to do well there. You do well there, and then the NCAA selection committee looks at the LSU a little bit differently. So there are some games to come, but it starts today at Texas A&M, big series for LSU baseball. And then when you talk about LSU softball, my gosh.
Yeah, playing host, LSU Tigers at Tiger Park playing host the NCAA regionals. 4 schools coming in. Is it George Washington, McNeese, UL Lafayette? And they kick things off tomorrow. What time?
I think first pitch for LSU is at 1 o'clock.
Oh, 1 o'clock.
So,
and it's supposed to be somewhat nice.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
We'll see. The rain is, and we've been paying attention to Jared, obviously, this morning, throwing out the radar and all the numbers. Could it be a bit dicey? Could it be interesting?
Yeah, we're keeping
one more reason to have the apps, in the palm of your hand, right?
Right. Especially because big news yesterday coming out, Tiger Park is open 100% capacity to 100% capacity.
Yeah.
All 4 schools coming in. Think of all the fans that want to watch these games, want to watch the other games. That's a really big deal when you talk about this last year.
Oh gosh, yes.
Yeah.
And this park was built and designed for this purpose right here. This purpose, hosting. For many, many years, the softball facility was kind of cramped and crowded on campus. And LSU's softball team was good enough to host regionals.
Yeah.
But they were not given the host site. They'd be the 1 seed somewhere else.
Yeah.
Because the facility was not up to par, right? So LSU put some money into it. Look, we got a program that deserves this. They built this facility for this purpose. And we've seen it happen since it's been there. So to have it come back and be full, which is what it's designed for.
After the year we've had where people cannot go in person to full capacity, this is wonderful.
I'm excited for it.
I think it's going to be great, Matt.
See the berm all filled up again? That'd be so good. And just catching LSU home runs out there.
Yes, cheering fans outside, enjoying this weather.
Get it.
Oh, we are winning in every category. We just need our girls to win.
That's exactly right.
Yes.
And then, we got to get through today's weather, which is
that is also, we would win in that case too.
Exactly. So obviously a lot going on. A lot of places you can find us, not just here on WAFB Plus, Fire Stick, Roku, Apple TV, YouTube. Trying to put you in all the places, but it's a bunch of different ways you can tune in.
Easy enough. Download the app, and that'll take you to the immediate information you need to know when that interstate issue clears up, when the weather comes through. So make sure you have the most updated version of both the 9 News app and the WAFB First Alert Weather app.
Gonna need it over the next couple of days. So in between now and 9 News at noon, WAFB.com and the 9 News app.
And 9 News at noon.
All right, so we'll be back tomorrow?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Y'all stay safe?
Yes.
Stay dry?
Yeah, try to.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.